Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Fastenal Winter Series here in the MPI Racing League. Tonight, we've got a great show for you tonight as the the late model stocks are going to take on North Wilkesboro Speedway. Welcome, and glad to have y'all here on V-Speed Racing Network. I'm Eddie Smith, and this is the SimRat Market 120 here at North Wilkesboro. Join me in the booth tonight. We got some heavy hitters. Dakota Wilson, Ross Harlow. Dakota, how you feeling tonight, brother?
Oh man, I am pumped. Anything dealing with North Wilkesboro. I'm here for. It's been resurrected from the dead, and any race here is going to be a show.
I also got Ross Harlow himself in the booth with us tonight. Ross, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Been away for a while. It's good to be back, and what better track to come back for? This is going to be a fun time tonight, buddy.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And speaking of track, Dakota, tell us a little bit about North Wilkesboro. Where are we going to be racing tonight?
Yes, sir. Of course, it's in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. It's the heart of moonshine country. Junior Johnson, ran them roads, bootlegging liquor. It opened in 1947. It's a little over half a mile, and a fun fact is the front stretch is actually on a downhill angle, and when you're going down the back stretch, you're actually going uphill.
Well, that should provide some pretty amazing racing here tonight. I want to thank our sponsor, of course, Fastenal, the title sponsor for the series, and SimRat Market for sponsoring this last race in the late model stock section of this series. And want to thank them, and also Martin Sports for being a sponsor here tonight. And, of course, for MPI for sponsoring the whole league. Couldn't do it without great sponsors like these. Well, just a few more minutes left in qualifying, and we're getting ready. We want to talk to some drivers, and what better driver to talk to than Shane White, your SimRat Market driver himself. Ross, you're caught up with Shane.
Yeah, I am. Shane, hey, this is Ross Harlow up in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, man. How's it going?
Going good. How you feeling tonight? How you looking?
Feeling good. Right now I'm sitting P5 on the charts for qualifying, so that would put me third in the heat, so second on the inside, which is where I'd want to be. So hopefully that stands, and we'll see how it goes.
Hell yeah, buddy. Now, how's the car feeling tonight? I see that track temp's up there here. Are you loose? Are you tight? What's the car doing for you here?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. The team and I were kind of talking about it during practice. If you brake too much, it's going to over rotate, and then once you get back on the gas, you're going to get loose. If you don't brake enough, it's going to plow tight. So you kind of have to get it just right. I think we're probably going to have a couple of incidents with drivers doing that tonight. They either get loose or get tight or both. So it's just something you gotta get in a rhythm and go from there.
Yeah, I hear you there. Now, I see you're running a real special edition of the SimRat Market number 27 late model stock here. Obviously, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You want to just give us a little backstory here?
Yeah, so Cameron Colby, he owns SimRat Market, and obviously they've been partnered with me. We're coming up on a year now since they partnered with me for the MPI Xfinity series. We wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something that not only represented Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it had some special meaning behind it. So if you look above the door on both sides, last week and this week, normally my name would be there. But these 2 weeks, my name's not there. Instead, it's Karen Edwards, who is Cameron's mom. And she's a breast cancer survivor. So we're really honored to have her along with us for these 2 weeks. And hopefully we can get her a good showing tonight, because last week did not go so well.
Hell yeah, buddy. Well, I'm going to hand you back over to your teammates here. Good luck tonight, and give Karen a real good ride for us.
Thank you, man. Y'all have a good call.
You too, buddy.
Well, there you have it. Shane White feeling pretty good tonight. Got a lot on board with him. Got a lot to race for. Man, that's what a great thing for him to do there, and just shows how awesome the guys here in this particular series, but just the whole Sunoco MPI group as a whole, just a bunch of great guys. But before we get into the grid for this first heat, Ross, why don't you tell us a little bit about the race analysis, what we got to deal with here tonight?
Well, of course, it's going to be real hot. We're going to have 3 features from the look of it, 3 features tonight. Each are going to be 20 laps long. Going to have a quick little 5-minute interval in between just to make sure everybody's nice and warm and toasty, ready to go for this race. Going to be a 125 lap feature here. There are going to be some cautions, I'm sure. They do have a tire set in the pits, so if they're, two tire sets in the pits for the feature. So if that's something they need, that's something they can go for. So we'll see if they get some strategy in here, especially with a hot track like this. I wouldn't be surprised to see at least some right sides go on at some point here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the track temp already rose another degree from 133 to now 134. That is one of the hottest tracks I've ever seen on iRacing. That's incredible. And, man, it's going to make for some awesome racing. I'm looking forward to it here tonight. But we got the first group ready to roll here. Alex Coffey out front. No surprise there. I mean, he's just been completely dominant in these short tracks. And he's talked about how this is where he cut his teeth in real life. Doing short track racing like this, so he knows exactly what's going on. Blaine Wilson there in the second position in this heat. Shane Wyatt in third. Jesse Necula in the fourth position. Sam Green, who I'm looking to see kind of rebound here tonight, had a pretty tough couple of races, but he's shown a lot of speed, so I'm expecting to see some good things out of him. Charles Stevens there in sixth. Eric Schaefer in seventh. Craig Lautenslager in eighth place. Johnny Shade, Josh Lokovitz, and Isaac Mock rounding out the field here in this deal. Ross, what are we dealing with here? 134 degrees. What are these guys going to be trying to do here in this? I mean, they're trying to bid for a good starting spot. Every position's is like a whole row. So what's the challenge here at Wilkesboro at a track this hot?
It's really like Shane was talking about. It's all going to come down to tire management and hitting those marks absolutely perfect. You know, you would think with just a 20 lap heat, you could go out and just send the thing, but these tires get real hot, real fast without 134 degrees with a tarmac to help them. It's going to be real tricky. You got to hit your braking marks just right. You got to hit your throttle points just right. Let it roll the center. Just keep that balance right where you need it. And and by the way, you got to make sure you behave around the other 21 cars around you tonight.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be the biggest thing. How are these cars going to react when they have all that heat that they're dealing with? You let those rear tires come out from under you for just a second, and that could be disastrous here tonight, as that tire will heat up and you may never get it back, Dakota. Talk a little bit about trying to keep these tires cool and not overheat them, especially in the feature later on tonight.
Yeah, for sure. The tires is key, and going with the temperature of the track, you got to look at this track is old, it is abrasive, and you pair that with the temperature, these tires are going to be screaming fairly quick. So if these guys got a heavy foot, they'll probably go backwards pretty early.
Well, green flag is out here in heat number one. Alex Coffey, Blaine Wilson side by side as they go down screaming into turn one, almost 3 wide back there. Coming off of turn two, Alex Coffey will take the lead, and Blaine Wilson will be battling side by side. And Blaine going to fall back to third place is Shane Wyatt. Going to take over that second position early, and he is looking to maybe put a little pressure here on the leader already.
Yeah, and that was real smart by Blaine, finding that gap, getting it down. Don't fight nothing too early here. It's 20 laps, you got plenty of time to make something work. Let Shane go up there, fight with Alex for a while. Let them tear their stuff up. Make sure you got something for that last 3 or 4.
Yeah, and the battling is going on back here. The 4 of Eric Schaefer with Charles Stevens Jr. on the outside. The outside kind of does work at North Wilkesboro. I mean, it's tough. It's going to be really tough. But on these restarts, do y'all think that you're going to see some guys be able to wrap that top side a little bit and make it work, or do you think it's just going to be too hot out there?
Oh, for sure, especially where you saw, the guy on the inside, Schaefer in this case, get that little bit free, getting excited coming off the bottom, trying to get the run they can. You can really carry a lot of momentum up there. There is a little bit of progressive banking, especially from that very bottom groove going up to that second. So, yeah, you're going to see a lot of guys try to battle hard. It's just a matter of being smart about how you're going to do it.
They door bang a little bit. Charles Stevens Jr., Eric Schaefer as a go down in the corner. And Charles Stevens going to have to give up that spot, but he's going to look down to the inside of Eric. Going to try to take that back over, but they kind of flip-flop position here as Eric's now going to have the top side. And now Charles Stevens is the one that gets loose off the corner. He's going to fall back to that 7th position, but I love this. I love heat racing because you can race as hard as you freaking want because you're going to get a new car and a new set of tires. So what's the point? I don't need all those fenders going into the feature, I'll tell you that.
No, use everything you can, right? That's the thing is it's a brand new car come feature, so drive the wheels off her here.
Yeah, up front, kind of settled in. Shane White able to kind of sit right behind Alex Coffey, but Blaine Wilson has been really, really fast the last couple laps, and he's starting to run down the 27 slowly but surely. Blaine Wilson currently the fastest car on the track, so he is got it figured out here with just about 12 laps to go in this heat, so not a whole lot of time. But we talked about it a little bit earlier. Every position is a whole nother row in the feature, and so one position means a lot in these heat races.
Yeah, sir. He's doing the right thing here. You can tell, going with this onboard. Nothing too dramatic. He's just letting it ride in, roll the center, power it up. Don't get too much wheel spin. Don't get too friendly with the wall. He's doing a good job here. Shane's doing a good job keeping the pressure on Alex as well. But Alex is right where he's been this whole season so far. He likes that Pied Piper spot, and he's making it work right now.
Yeah, I mean, Dakota, tell me, when you get out in front and you're in the lead, how much power does that give you? I mean, you've got control of the restarts, but at short tracks, it makes it so tough for anybody to get around you. Getting that lead means a whole lot, and be able to start up front every week like he has is giving him a lot of control. Talk a little bit about starting up front, being out front, and what that does for your overall race.
Yeah, starting up front, you dictate the pace, and you can dictate if guys are going to try to go to the high side, or if it's a topside dominant track, if they try to shoot low on you. But Alex Coffey, he's one of the best right now. He's at the front every week, and he really just runs a masterful race, and he really don't give guys too many chances to get up there and rattle his cage.
Yeah, for sure. We got a battle here. Eric Schaefer trying to move up. It's been really tough. Josh Lokovitz in the 8th position. The only person that's really picked up more than one spot that Eric Schaefer trying to be another one is now he's going down to the inside of Sam Green. And you can see just how difficult it is. He was able to get down to the inside, but he's not able to use the whole track, which really hurts you off the exit, especially at this particular track. And you can see just how they're going to make contact. Sam, Eric, both goes around. Caution will come out. Caution laps do not count, so it'll freeze the field. They'll go back in the running order they were the previous lap, but already a little bit of contact, and doing that in the heat races, those guys don't seem to forget it when the feature rolls around.
No, that's something they're going to be holding on to, that number. Just kind of keep an eye out. Maybe not go out and wreck the guy, but they're not going to be giving any leeway either. Feel real bad for Charles Stevens there too. Just nowhere to go. Got up under Schaefer there. Hopefully the car's all right. Doesn't look like it's too bad, but definitely something he's going to have to keep an eye on here.
Yeah, let's go take a look at that replay real quick. Watching from Sam Green, you can see just how different. I mean, he drove really hard in there. He's trying to really pinch the 4 down off the corner, and like you said, Charles Stevens really nowhere to go. And that's sort of, it's frustrating, but Sam is trying to fight for that position. And you can see, the 4 really struggling off the corner, so Sam knows if he keeps him down low, he's not going to be able to complete that pass, and just leans on him just a little bit too much. And we talked a little bit about this pre-race, guys. It's just that you can't lean on somebody in these corners, especially on entry, as the car really loads down on the right front. And it just seems like that back end really loose, and just a little bit of contact send you around. And that's exactly what we saw there.
Yeah, exactly. These things are just, the way they race right now, they're just so on edge. It really doesn't take much, and it's too bad. It's hard racing, it's close racing. Just that little tap though. That's all it seems to take at this point. But hopefully that'll improve as the time goes on. This is still a relatively new car to the server, and they'll get it there for sure. But for the time being.
Yeah, as we watch a couple guys come down pit road, Eric Schaefer, who was involved in that incident, and Isaac Mott come down pit road. They're just getting some damage fixed, putting 4 tires on maybe a little bit, and going to go back out there and try to pin their ears back on the last few laps here. Now, the scoring pylon, if everybody wonders why it seems like it messes up, it doesn't like when the field freezes, so I apologize. It does seem like it's jumping around quite a bit. It will recover once we go back green, but it doesn't really know what's going on at the moment. It just completely freaks out, but that's all right. We'll get it figured out. So if you see somebody up first, it's not up first, don't freak out. Once we go back green, it will reset itself, which going green we're about to do here is getting doubled up for this restart. I think Alex Coffey has got control. He knows what he needs to do. I think if you're Blaine Wilson, this is a perfect opportunity, being down on the bottom and being able to restart behind the leader, to really get inside of Shane Wyatt and try to clear him and set his sights on that 11 machine. I think being that third car, the second on the bottom, is a really strong place to start at this particular track.
Oh yeah, for sure. Shane's gonna have to really make sure he gets a real good jump on Alex. Use all his senses here, his eyes, his ears. Hell, use his nose if it helps. Blaine, he's just got to glue himself to Alex's bumper here. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be good.
Pace car pulls off, green flag in the air. Just 6 laps to go, 5 laps to go, I guess now, as they cross the start-finish line, as Alex Coffey is able to clear him. And Shane Wyatt does get a great restart and able to get down in that second place. Look at Jesse Nekula feeling like he's going to be stuck on the outside. He's side by side with Sam Green as he tried to hold on to that position. Sam really pulls a slider there. That was extremely close. Oh, my goodness. I mean, he really got really close to that 99. I think Jesse might have cut him a little break there, but Sam Green up into the 4th position after that restart. You can almost hear the nervousness on the throttle as he was getting all back on the gas. Listen here. Just a little nervous. Don't want the tires to come out from under him. And it's just scary with the way how hot this track is. But look at this battle we got back here. We got Charles Stevens, Josh Lokovich side by side. And then you got Craig Lautenslager behind him with the 23 of Johnny Shade, somebody we haven't talked about here tonight. He is in sort of a cluster you-know-what here.
Yeah, Johnny's one of those guys you're going to have to watch out for. It looks like he had a lot of speed in practice. He looked pretty comfortable. He might just be biding his time at this point, letting him kind of race the wheels off here. He knows what he's got to do here when comes time for the feature.
Yeah, Johnny, the last couple of weeks, I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't remember if he set a qualifying time, but he hasn't qualified well. But he definitely seems to be able to have really fast race speed. So, you know, it's one thing about some of these races. We got the white flag out. It seems like you really need to qualify good here. It makes a big difference. But Alex Coffey coming down into turns 3 and 4, led every single lap, comes off the corner, and he will win the first heat here tonight.
Oh yeah, flag to flag here for Alex Coffey in the heat. He looks real comfortable out there. He looks like he's settled in. I almost wonder if he did a little extracurricular practice in here.
Well, got him ready to go. We got the grid for the next heat up on the screen now. We'll go through it real quick. As Stephen Harlow going to start up front in this heat. Alex Huffman in second. Jonathan Cofield in that 58 machine going to start third. Kyle Benson in the 4th position. Mikey Neal, last week's winner of the feature, in 5th. 6th is Parker Bland. Adam Lancaster in the 7th position. Dusty Applin, who's looking to have a much better race after the last couple weeks. I'd love to get a good finish, I'm sure. 9th is going to be Christopher Bishop. 10th, Timothy Stubblefield. And rounding out the field is going to be Matthew Jorgensen in that 51 machine.
I can tell you right now, y'all are in for an absolute dogfight with this front row. You know, being former teammates with Harlow and Huffman, these guys, they will absolutely throw haymakers.
Well, I'm excited for that. Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say, you know, they're both very aggressive drivers. They're both real fast. They got a lot of respect for each other, but that doesn't mean they're gonna give each other an extra inch on track. This is gonna be a good time.
Well, Stephen Harlow won it. He takes a drink out of the Gatorade water bottle, and you can see he's got the full wheel tonight. He sent me a message, said, hey, make sure you show my camera here tonight, as we always make fun of him over his GT wheel, but man, he's got a full wheel tonight, and I think that is what he needs to do to get that victory tonight. He looks like he's ready to go. He's got his water bottle, and then we look over here at Alex Huffman, got the VR on, and both of them look like they're ready to roll.
Yeah, and you can actually see in the cams, you see Alex keeps looking left, Steven keeps looking right. They're already eyeballing each other here. They're playing some games, getting ready to go.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll see who's going to come away with the victory. So far, it looks like you need to be in the first couple rows to be able to get a win. So it's probably going to come from these two right here. Come off of The corner here should go green this time by. Another 20 laps.
I'll tell you what, that second row is nothing to sleep on either. You got Jonathan Cofield, you got Kyle Benson sitting there third and fourth. Those guys are they've both shown their speed to this season. They've shown their speed previously. I think the first two rows for sure. This whole field looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, these first four are going to be going at each other here.
Well, pace car is off. Green flag is out for heat number 2. Stephen Harlow gets a fantastic restart as he takes over the top spot earlier, and the battle is there in that second and third row as Jonathan Cofield side by side with Kyle Benson. And you got last week's winner, Mikey Neal, right there behind Jonathan Cofield on the bottom as the front two start to pull away. Alex Huffman starting to creep up on Harlow a little bit here. I've actually been really impressed with how fast Alex is on these short tracks. I don't know if I knew he was a kind of a short track guy, because a lot of times it doesn't translate. Oh my goodness! Somebody gets up into the wall. I think that was Parker Bland.
Parker.
Yeah, Parker Bland gets up out of the groove. Very close.
Yeah, I was watching him a little bit in practice too. It almost looked like he wasn't fully comfortable in the car yet. Like I know he's relatively new to the Winter Series here. He just got in last week, but it just looks like he's still settling in. He's doing well. He's racing competitive, but for now, I think he's just trying to ride around, get himself a good starting spot for the feature.
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect opportunity to try some crazy things, try some moves, jump up to the high side, see if you can make it work. It's a great opportunity to do something, crazy. You don't want to really spin out and go to the back, but if you can get up there and really, try some things that you can use in the feature, race a little bit harder, see how the tires handle it. It's a great opportunity. It's a great practice to get in race conditions. But, man, talking about race conditions, look at the 2 and the 5. Like you said, they're going to be battling here as we just got a little under 15 laps to go, and Alex Huffman is there.
Oh, yeah, he snugged right up on that 5. It looks like the 5's just kind of riding around a little bit, taking it a little easier, trying to really control this race like Dakota was talking about.
Yeah, Jonathan Cofield, Kyle Benson were able to settle their dispute, and they're trying to work these guys over. And, you see Cofield gets up into the wall a little bit off of turn number 4. But Alex Huffman really trying to set him up.
A big slide out of Lancaster there, a little bit farther back. Looks like he's going to lose a couple of spots. Yeah, Huffman is right there, sniffing all the exhaust fumes right now, just taking it in.
It seems like he's getting through the middle a lot better than Harlow, at least in 3 and 4 there. 1 and 2, Harlow did a great job on the outside, but in 3 and 4, it seems like Huffman's got the run through the middle of the corner. Look at how close he gets to the back bumper and able to get the power down. That's pretty rare. Usually if you overrun the middle of these short tracks, you lose drive off, but Alex doing a great job there, staying right on the bumper and just trying to force the 5 into a mistake, I think.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what he needs to do here. It's going to be tough getting, keeping the nose in there, especially with the runs that Steven's getting. But he's doing exactly what he needs to do, just keeping right up on him and keep the nose there. And, just be ready for a mistake, see if you can force something, keeping him watching his mirrors.
Well, I mean, with it being so difficult to pass at some of these tracks, I mean, what's a good strategy, Dakota? Maybe you could chime in on this. What's a good strategy to try to change up what you're doing and try to get a run on somebody? Is there something you could do differently other than just running right behind in the guy's tire tracks to try to maybe get a run and maybe make a move on this guy?
Yeah, I mean, that's really about all you can do. There's no greater teacher than the guy in front of you. Follow them around for a little bit, and then kind of you can gauge their nuances and stuff. And maybe if they slip up, then you'll be right there to pounce. But seeing Huffman in this Dale Earnhardt inspired paint scheme, I'm kind of getting shades of like the mid-90s Bristol. You got the Earnhardt paint scheme, and Harlow's in the Texas Terry number 5. He might get his cage rattled here if he don't get out of the way.
That's a good point. The good point, but he is right there, man. He doesn't really have much pressure out from the back, as Cofield's about a couple tenths back behind, so he's really can look out the front windshield and really be focused on the back bumper this 5. And he's looking maybe down to the inside and make a move right here. He drives down to the bottom. Can he make the move? He's there. Can he hold it off the corner? That's the trick.
Big run from the 5, coming down 3 and 4.
Yeah, 1 and 2 seems like it's so tough. They're going to make a little bit of contact, and Huffman going to get loose off of turn 4. And we'll see if he can hold that position. Not quite able to do it. Harlow able to maintain that top spot. Just seems like you need to be able to use the whole track, and with someone on the outside of you, just can't do that. And you can see how quickly it draws in somebody behind you when y'all try to go side by side at this track. You're not able to complete the pass quickly. It brings in everybody from behind you. And then now all of a sudden, Huffman not really be able to just focus 100% on the attack. Now he's got to be looking out his rear windshield and make sure he doesn't lose second place here. But coming down to 3 laps to go, Huffman's still there, trying to find a way around this 5 machine. And you see Steven really taking a higher entry, just protecting the outside, making sure that he has command of that outside line. You don't want to let somebody get up there. That'd be crazy. And he's really going to make Alex have to pass him on the bottom. We've already seen that be very difficult. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, he's doing a good job here. It's I was gonna say it's very interesting watching these two, because it's 2 very, very different racing lines. It looks like Steven's getting that big drive out, but entry and rolling the center. Huffman just gets those massive runs. A little bit of a slide off of 4. That's him trying to make up for the speed he's losing on exit, but he's doing a good job staying with him. And it's really interesting watching these 2 very different lines, and both of them working well.
Yeah, 100%. But coming off of turn 4, Alex Huffman not going to be close enough to do anything about it. And checker flag in hand for Stephen Harlow, who takes the win here in heat number 2. Well, so far the leader has been the strongest. I mean, right there, not really that much movement in the race. And so got a little warm up. So let's take a little bit of time. Let's talk to our heat winners, and we'll go ahead and talk to Alex Coffey. We'll get him up into chat if I can grab him. Uh-oh.
Oh, I think I grabbed him as you grabbed him. Sorry about that. I'll let
that's
you
fine.
do the,
Where'd he go? Oh, he went to we got him. Alex Coffey, this is Eddie, Ross, and Dakota in the booth. You got a copy, brother?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, we're talking to you every week so far, and you know, I don't know really what to ask you, because you've been starting out front, you've been leading a lot of laps. Now, last week, you almost got the win. You're super nice and kind of gave Mikey Neal a little bit of space there after make contact, and wasn't able to get the win last week, but you were pretty much dominant. But tonight, you seem like starting up front is where you want to be. You got out front. The track, how does it feel tonight? It's about 134 degrees. How you feeling about this feature?
Yeah, the track's definitely eating up some tires, but I think we'll be good. Just got to keep tires on it in the long run and stay out of trouble. It's the name of the game. It's short tracks here.
Well, staying out front makes that easy. Talk to me about the lower and the sort of middle upper lane. Do you see anybody be able to make that high line work, or is it going to be right around the bottom?
I don't know. I think you can hang up there a little while, but you don't want to be up there for too long. But I have seen people make it work before. I don't know with recent updates. That was probably 2 or 3 seasons ago, so I don't know with recent updates if that's still a thing. I expect it to be a bottom dominant track though.
All right. Well, congratulations on your heat win. Good luck in the feature tonight.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Well, all right. Well, that is your feature number 1 winner. And let's get caught up with feature number 2 winner in Dakota. I want to take him. I'll try to grab him real quick. Move him down into the broadcast booth. And Dakota, he's caught up with Stephen Harlow, your heat number 2 winner.
Hey, Steve, this is Dakota, Ross, and Eddie in the booth. You got us, bud?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we're glad to see you graduated to a full-size steering wheel this week. You gotta be feeling good about that heat race win. Kind of unpack your heat win there.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. I knew if I could keep my tires under me, then it would just be a battle between me and Huffy. We were going at each other for like 50 laps in practice, just banging doors, racing back and forth, throwing sliders, everything under the sun, trying to race each other. So I kind of figured what he would try and go for, and I just knew that I could hold him off on the top for sure. That's about it.
Well, you got a front row starting spot for the heat, and inquiring minds want to know what's in the Gatorade bottle there, bud.
Water. Gotta hydrate.
There you go. Well, we'll let you get to it, and good luck in the feature.
All right. Thank you. See you later.
Steven, which team were you in?
What team? What?
What team channel?
TOW.
All right, I should probably learn that, but and I'm the one who grabbed him, and I don't remember. That's the way it goes. Yeah, that's your two heat winners. You could see that they felt pretty good about the race tonight. And just the talk is the weather. I mean, right now it's 138 degrees now. It's gone up another 4 degrees since we started here tonight. I don't know how hot can it get. I don't know. It's really hot.
I'll tell you what, as hot as it can get in iRacing, I think we're going to see that today. What that number is, I don't know, but we'll have to keep everyone posted.
Yeah, I don't know if you got a couple eggs you need fried. There might be some open asphalt out there to get it done. Just a few seconds, about 45 seconds left in this warm-up, and then we're going to get to the feature here. So far, what have we seen, Ross, that you're going to see maybe guys apply that they learned from the heat? What are we going to be learning? What is somebody going to be able to apply that they've already kind of picked up from what we talked about earlier?
I saw a lot of guys, willingly or not, really playing with that top line. And even during the warm-up, I'm seeing a lot of guys kind of go up there and see what they can do from the top side, and see what sort of runs they can build, how long they can stay up there. So I think a lot of guys are really getting that second lane dialed in. And you got to remember these tracks, they rubber in actively. iRacing has done a really good job with that. So as they're doing that, they're putting heat up there, they're putting rubber up there. So it's not just going to be the bottom lane that gets slicked off as the race goes on. But I think that's going to be the big thing. Is a lot of guys they're already playing with it, and I think they're going to have it dialed in come race time now.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Let's take a look at the point standings while we have some time. Alex Coffey sitting atop the point standings, but got about a 10-point margin there. And you look how close it is from second on back. I mean, from second all the way to 10th place, just 9 points separate Adam Lancaster and Matthew Jorgensen. So point standings, I mean, they're really close at the moment. And other than Alex Coffey, who has a pretty nice little lead up top. But all that can change really, really quickly, especially with a 22-car field. So let's get into the grid here tonight. We'll just give you the ticker of it, and we'll go through it. Alex Coffey, Stephen Harlow, your Heat 1 and 2 winners. Shane Wyatt going to start in the 3rd position. Alex Huffman in the 4th position. In 5th is going to be Blaine Wilson, Jonathan Cofield in 6th. Sam Green going to be rolling off in 7th. Kyle Benson in 8th. Jesse Nekula in 9th. 10th is going to be Parker Bland. Charles Stevens Jr. in 11th. Dusty Applin in 12th. 13th, Josh Lokovitz. 14th, Adam Lancaster. 15th, Johnny Shade. 16th, Christopher Bishop. 17th, Eric Schaefer. 18th, Matthew Jorgensen. 19th, Isaac Mock. 20th, Timothy Stubblefield. 21st, Craig Lautenschlager. The last name, it scares me every time I mess up his first name. And Mikey Deal going to start all the way in the back in the 22nd position.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I know Mikey, he showed last week. He knows how to move on up, so definitely going to have to keep an eye on him. Stubblefield, same thing. He knows how to make moves around these short tracks, so he'll be fun to watch coming up through. Yeah, there's a lot of speed in the back on the back half of this pack for sure. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of speed up front, a lot of speed out back. Gonna just have to have guys watch out for each other and not run anybody over on their way to the front.
Well, 125 laps here in the feature. You do have a second set of tires if you need them, and some people have been needing those, and it's actually had some really nice strategy. So we'll see if that plays out here with the track being so hot. We could see a set of tires really coming into play, especially towards the end of the race. I mean, I'm just salivating at the thought of old tires on the bottom and somebody ripping the top with a brand new set. That just sounds awesome. So we'll see if that plays out here as they come 2, 3, and 4. The pace car are going to pull off, and we're going to have 125 laps. Caution laps do count here in the feature, so if we get cautions, they will tick off the laps. So be paying attention to that. Here we go. Green flag is out here in the Simrat Market 120.
Stephen Harlow with a great jump on the top. Coffee on the bottom. He's going to fight real hard here. He's going to make him work for every ounce. He's going to make him burn those tires off. Stephen Smart, he's going to jump in the hole. Shane Wyatt looking to fill that gap before Stephen has a chance to get into it. Side by side from 4th on back.
Yeah, some awesome racing going on through the field already. Guys going to be moving quickly. Isaac Mock already up a couple spots since the drop of the green flag. And a few drivers, I mean, just look at this crap back here. Good God almighty. These guys are leaning on each other already, almost 3 wide at some point. Boy, we love to see it. That's why we race these cars right here. Is, man, they are really scooting around this track, trying to work the top side, like you said, trying to get folks down on the bottom. Seems like everybody's trying to get down there, as you can see. Can't really see who that is up there. I think it's Parker Bland, kind of stuck on the outside at the moment. Charles Stevens down on the inside. But up front is single files. Alex Coffey able to take over the top spot. Stephen Harlow right there with him. They've kind of pulled a little small gap here on Shane Wyatt. But I think tire saving going to play a big part. I think a lot of times you run pretty much wide open as hard as you can, just save a little bit. But I think tonight it might be advantageous to save a little extra. I don't know what you guys feel about that with the track temp being this high.
Yeah, I know personally for me, I'd be laying back, probably running about 80-85% here. You know, you got a long race, and as like Dakota said, this track is real abrasive. I mean, you're racing on sandpaper out there, and oh, by the way, it's 140-degree sandpaper. Yeah, I might take a little extra off it, just make sure that if need be, these tires can last all 125 laps.
Well, it's a delicate balance too. You know, you don't want to push too hard, but also if you try to take it too easy, you could find yourself losing 4 or 5 spots if you get stuck on the outside. So it's such a balance of being able to save enough, but also not lose a ton of track position, because that track position is going to be incredibly difficult to get back. But right up front, look at this battle we got brewing as Harlow got really close to that 11 machine there in the middle of that corner, and I wonder if he's really pushing it, trying to get around him, get out front, because we've already seen how strong the being out front really is. That clean air makes a big difference.
Oh, for sure. I know. You know, with the super late, you know, we'll tape the hood down for the features just to give a little extra aero advantage. I know they'd be loving to be able to do something like that in the sim, but I don't know if everybody's got the name similarity, but Stephen Harlow is my little brother, so I've had a chance to kind of talk to him a little bit, talk a little strategy, and without giving too much away. I know he said he was planning on kind of waiting things out, but I also know that he gets pretty excited, so I think being that close to the front, he might be kind of chasing a rabbit right now. We'll see what happens, but it looks like he's putting a little extra sauce on the hot dog right now.
Yeah, so we watch this battle between the 7th place and 6th place. Oh my goodness, is Sam Green, Kyle Benson make a little bit of contact as they are side by side, and Sam really trying to make sure, oh, they're going to make some more contact. Door banging, that's what I love. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Benson selling doors out here, Richard Swavely style. I love it all day, every day, baby.
Look, if they put it, if they had that on a buffet, I'd go back for seconds.
Hell, thirds even. Now we got 58 of Jonathan Cofield sticking his nose in as well, just taking advantage of that. You know, the 91 might have overheated his tires a little bit. Looks like he's going to try to back out, get down behind him. Good, smart racing there.
Yeah, it's so hard not to fight the guy on the bottom when you feel like maybe you're a little bit faster, but when the lines, Jonathan Cofield disappears on us. But when the lines is just not there on the top side, it's so much better to not lose more time by battling and just giving up that spot. You see a lot of guys on iRacing really struggling. I'm sure in real life the same thing. really, really tough to just let a guy go for the greater good of your race. And a lot of times it gets guys in real big trouble. Sam Green, like you said, made a really smart move to jump back in line before it got out of hand.
Yeah, it's real good heads-up racing. I'll bet because of that move, we'll see Sam Green be able to move back up later on in the run. You know, just trying to take care of the tires, although he gets a big slide off of turn 2 here. Looks like he's done that a couple laps in a row now.
Yeah, he's in danger of overheating those tires, and in iRacing, once you overheat it, you don't get it back. You can cool them off just a little bit, but it gets to a point where you have overheated them enough, and it takes a caution or just really running off the pace to cool them back down. So if you let it get out of hand and you start sliding that car every turn, then he is still doing it. All it does is it's sort of like it's just going to compound for the rest of this race. So. And I have to stay on top of that. Don't want to lose those rear tires as we check the weather here. 142 degrees. Good Lord. We're racing on the surface of the sun.
We're climbing for sure.
But up front, it is still Alex Coffey and Stephen Harlow. Harlow just kind of staying with him like we talked about earlier. He's not letting him get away. That's sort of the danger with Alex Coffey is you let him get away. But, you know, Coffey, there's not any incentive for him to really drive away either. So there's a definite cat and mouse game when it comes to this stuff. Harlow doesn't want to let Coffey get too far out ahead, but Coffey doesn't need to drive hard enough to pull away. He just needs to stay in front of him. So, you know, these guys can run nose to tail, just sort of playing each other's game. And, you know, towards the end, it's going to, you know, it might turn into where you might have to use those bumpers for what they were put on there for.
Yeah, right now they're both doing a real good job. It's another one of those, you know, they're playing, using a little bit different lines. You're seeing those different strategies kind of come in there, you know, as they go around the track. But both doing a great job here. Alex keeping that real level head. You can see how smooth they both are getting through the corners too. No weird sudden movements. You know, they're real smooth on the power, on the brakes. You know, maybe a little bit of a step when they first roll into it, but they're very, very, very steady on the wheel, very steady on the throttle. And that's really what's going to carry these cars all the way, you know, all 125 laps, keep them fast all the way through. Great racing up front here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. You can almost hear when he gets on the throttle, it's very purposeful. He's not getting on the throttle, getting back off. He definitely doesn't sound unsure, but he's just rolling on the throttle, making sure the rear tires get the grip he needs off the corner, and he's not wasting any of that throttle as he's off the gas, gets what he needs, and he's back on the throttle. He definitely seems pretty sure of it when he hits that loud pedal.
Yeah, we can see on Steven's driver cam, you know, he's just so smooth on the wheel, and he's putting very little input on that steering wheel, which it's helping them tires out tremendously.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, to be fast, you have to have a little bit of wheel adjustments, but you see the real fine adjustments. To your point, Dakota, it's not all over the place. He's not 9 to 3, 9 to 3. It's very small, fine adjustments through the corner, and you're right. I mean, he is really smooth on that wheel. Well, they've opened up a nice little gap back here to the third position of Shane Wyatt and Alex Huffman, who Alex was up there battling with Stephen Harlow. Man, Stephen gets right to the back bumper this time. I tried to talk about somebody else, and it just seems like Stephen is really putting the pressure on the 11 now. He's going to maybe have a run here. The 11 goes down and tries to block the run, but here comes Stephen Harlow. Goes down to the inside, and what a smart move by the 11. That racecraft that we talk about. Now he's going to get the inside track a little over-under for the 11. Let's see if the 5 can hold on the outside there as they go through 1 and 2.
Big crossover here. He's sticking right there, too. They're both staying in here. Steven doesn't want to give it up. Coffey knows he's got the better line. Real good racing here. Still side by side, selling doors.
Yeah, you're gonna see Shane and Alex creep up with them side by side.
Yeah, Alex Coffey able to hang on to that lead. Man, what incredible racing by these guys. Got a big old goofy smile on my face watching this right now.
Yeah, I think they need to tell these boys the pay window ain't open quite yet.
Yeah, there's still a little under 100 laps to go here in this race, and man, they're racing like it's the last lap. I love it.
Now you're going to see them both kind of settle in. They're both going to calm those tires down. Wind them back up, open that gap back up to Shane Wyatt and Alex Huffman there in third and fourth, who by the way, are just sitting nice and quiet, rattling those lap times off, but they are being incredibly consistent with them, taking care of their tires. If we go green here, I still think that the 27 and the 2 are going to be the cars to watch when we come down to it.
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited to see who can save tires. You know, Blaine Wilson back there leading that little second group back here. Is he saving tires? I mean, he's got a whole line of cars behind him, but is he saving those tires? He's going to be able to have a little extra there towards the end of this run. See, he's kind of stacking up some drivers, but able to save tires in that position.
And it's really good racing front to back here. Just good heads up. Everybody's looking beyond their hoods. Some of the best racing I've seen personally on the server in quite a while, let alone league racing. You know, you got to remember these guys are coming from 2 weeks ago. You know, the 6 or 7 cautions in one race to you know, they've now gone. Don't want to kind of curse the commentator. This. Oh no, I did. Oh no. I did something. I had to go and say something. 33 laps.
It's a tale as old as time.
I'm gonna go ahead and just yeah, just hang my hat and oh no.
Yeah, Kyle Benson, Jonathan Cofield make a little bit of contact. I mean, it was going to be brewing. Guys starting to get impatient. Let's go check that out on the replay real quick as we're watching them here. They're going to see Cofield try to take advantage and dive down in there here. He sees that opening. Kyle kind of opens that entry up a little bit, and the 58 just sort of cooks it on entry and just gets right in that left rear quarter.
Yeah, and that's that two different racing lines going from trying to be fast at 2 different spots. And, you know, it's unfortunate. It looks like a racing incident just meeting in the middle of there, but yeah, that's that really is unfortunate too. They were both having great races. You can see the 78 just opens it up, going for that big arc, going for a big drive out. The 58 driving it down to the bottom, and he's going to try to roll it. 2 separate race cars, 2 separate lines, just same piece of real estate, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's a tough deal because passing is so difficult that, you know, you get that opportunity to make a move like Cofield just sitting there riding, and he just kind of thought maybe that that Kyle had maybe missed the entry, you know, and he thought, oh, it's my time to strike, and he goes down and Kyle's just trying to arc that entry. So you could see, guys, I mean, that passing is a premium at this track so far, and it just shows just any opportunity you have to maybe make a move on a guy, you're going to jump at the thought of it. And the Cofield just trying to get to that inside, get that spotter call, because when you get that spotter call in iRacing, that really gives the guy that you're battling, hey, okay, I got to give him room now. And so if you can drive down in there and get that spotter call, it kind of gives that guy maybe a little bit to think about. He runs a half a lane up, and that gives you that position. So, you know, just a racing incident there. I'm just trying to get all you can get if you're Jonathan Cofield.
Yeah, exactly. No, nobody.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No, you're good there. You're good there. Yeah, down pit road, probably going to put tires on it.
Yeah, he is. You can see about 12 seconds now, get maybe a little bit of damage fixed, but I have to hurry up. We're getting ready to go green here as he comes out of pit road, and pace car is actually pulling off, so Cofield going to be about 12 seconds back from the field as green flag back out here on lap 37. We still got a long way to go. Alex Coffey able to get away now. Shane Wyatt moves up into that second position. He's on the inside, had that third place starting position, and that's going to give him that inside track. They're on old tires. Can the 27 get that second position and set his sights on that 11? Stephen Harlow, though, fighting hard on the outside, and I think Harlow is going to be able to hold him off here as he's getting a massive run off the top side and clears him.
Yeah, I think that was the first time I've seen the top work here so far. That was impressive for sure. 3 wide in the back. The 17 who was at the 14.
Yeah, Adam Lancaster and the 14 of Christopher Bishop. And there's Sam Green. Sam Green always in the action. He is definitely one of the more exciting drivers as we go on board with him back here.
Now, I love the starts and restarts in these cars. It looks like a real angry bag of Skittles just got thrown on the racetrack every time. I'm all about it here.
Yeah, I mean, look at the battling going on. That makes me think of NASCAR, where everybody's racing their guts out for 25th place back there. And you can see Parker Bland trying to get to the inside here of Timothy Stubblefield. Stubblefield fighting hard on the outside. Stubblefield's got a lot of fans in chat. They've been cheering him on, telling him to go forward. I don't know if you've ever been to a NASCAR race, but anytime there are people's drivers going by, they're always waving them along. They're over there just waving, go, go. And that's what the fans are doing for Timothy Stubblefield, but he's going the wrong way. He's falling back as Johnny Shade in that 23 is going to get to the inside. It's just stuck up there on the high side at the moment. Man, look at the racing going on. I think I could click anywhere, y'all, and I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to just click anywhere here on the list. Boom, racing. Oh, no, it's just one guy. Right behind him, though, is Craig Lattenslager and Charles Stevens side by side. And Craig right now the biggest mover in the race, 13 spots from where he started. He is trying to take over this 7th position from Charles Stevens, who is not going to give it up.
Yeah, it's great racing so far. I think there's been a couple times they haven't touched yet, but you couldn't fit your hand between the two race cars. They're right now on top of each other, doing a great job. Oh no!
Dang it, Ross! Big wreck as Charles Stevens goes around as Josh Lokovitz cooks it into the corner, gets that left rear, very similar to what we saw. And you see Matthew Jorgensen along with Timothy Stubblefield and the 14 of Christopher Bishop involved. And look at Cofield. He's unsure. Look at the pace car. Holy shit.
Well, that pace car loving it.
The pace car was getting it around the corner there.
I think the pace car might have just set the fast lap of the race there.
We'll go back and get a replay of that as we saw that playing out, as it was just so much going on there. And I think, like I said, I think what you're going to see here is Josh Lokovitz not trying to hit the 9, but he was trying to get this position. As I'm trying to find him in the list. There he is. Promise there's a replay coming. We'll take a look here, and you're going to see that behind him, he's got somebody going into this corner, and we'll slow it down just a little bit. Charles Stevens is going to try to get down to the bottom here, and then when he does that, Lokovitz is trying to defend from the 19 driving into the corner, so he's trying to get down to the bottom as well, so he's looking out the back end, and when he does that, the car just drifts up right in the middle. And like we said, you can't touch the cars. And then right there on the exits, probably when they're the lightest in the rear end, and they just go around.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have to go find a zipper here and just close it up, because every time I say something about they're real clean, curse of the commentator. I gotta go ahead and just reach out to Charles Stevens and Mr. Lokovitz and apologize profusely to both of them, to Matt Jorgensen. All parties involved, really. Man, I can't open my mouth anymore.
Yeah, look at the pace car here. We're going to get back to green flag action, but I just want to show this pace car. Boy, he was getting it. Trying to miss the wreck.
He threaded the needle, too, huh?
He did. He did a great job. I don't know who's driving that, but he did a great job. Green flag is out, though. We're back in the race as Harlow gets a great jump this time, and he's going to be able to fall in line there in second. I think that's exactly what he needed. So great restart for the 5, and Shane Wyatt going to fall back into the 3rd position. But look at Blaine Wilson to the inside of Alex Huffman. Man, we've got battles picking up everywhere as they're over. We're just on lap 50 of 125. Still a long way to go, but people are feeling the heat already. Those restarts are so important to get those positions when you can. It's so difficult to make these moves that you have to do it. You have to be aggressive on these restarts. And Blaine Wilson doing a great job on Alex Huffman, who's, I'm surprised, hasn't been up closer to the front. So the way we saw him race in that 2nd heat.
Yeah, and it might just be Huffman trying to take care of his stuff a little bit more here. But you know, the other thing to keep in mind is these tires, you know, they get hot and then they start to pace like this. You know, they'll start to pick up those marbles, and they can actually do what's called seal over. They cool down so fast that they essentially just lock in all those marbles, and those tires will never feel the same if they do that. So sometimes they'll see guys kind of wiggle back and forth, try to knock them off or maintain a little temp, but I didn't see Huffman doing that, so I'm almost wondering if maybe he got a little bit of sealing happening here, and just got to work it out for a couple of laps. He'll be just fine.
Well, they're having a fantastic battle here for that position. It looks like Huffman does a little crossover.
Spin it in the
We got
back.
Rick back here.
Oh, we got a parking lot.
I just want to go on the record before anybody starts in. That one was not my fault.
Oh my goodness, they're still wrecking. They're still
They're
running
not
each
done.
other.
Oh, Johnny Shade, last week's winner, and Mikey Neal.
Oh!
Jorgensen in there again. Man, Jorgensen has been in every single one of these, huh?
Yeah,
Parker Bland, a lot of guys caught up in that one.
yeah. Some nights it's just not your night, and you just can't stay away from it. We'll go. It looks like it started with Mikey Neal here. We'll take a look at this replay as we go on board, and you see another instance of this wide entry, and I think Mikey was trying to take advantage of it. Same thing that we saw happen between Jonathan Cofield. Actually, Johnny Shade actually cooks this corner. He is drifting at the moment. And I think coming off the
fired
yeah.
it.
Yeah. So Mikey actually didn't get into him. It was just he cooked it on entry and just lost it right in front of him. Go back and check that again. You can see he's out of it right here. He's just completely gone. Watch it again. Once you get that right rear up out of above that second lane, it's just you're throwing the car and you're drifting at this point. I mean, he's just completely sideways. And then he tries to save it, but unfortunately, Mikey Neal was right there. All right, so interesting calls here, guys. We got some guys on pit road getting 4 tires, fuel. Alex Huffman, one of those drivers. So some strategy call here, guys. This is going to change up the race quite a bit, especially for these guys who come down and get 4 tires. They will have a significant advantage, I think. What do you think about this call here, Dakota?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a 50-50 shot here, you know, if they can, you know, take care of their new set and try to reel in these guys on these old tires. But it's going to be hard with Coffee and Harlow and, you know, Shane and Blaine Wilson. He's kind of unknown. I think is his first week, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does.
Yeah, interesting call. I mean, I think you've got that extra set. If you feel like you can take advantage of it, I mean, you got to come down and get it at some point. See, Johnny Shade just barely makes it out in front of the pace car. But you got to come get that. If you want to use that set, you got to come get it at some point. And there's going to be a point in the race, you know, as we move further closer to lap 100, where coming down pit road is just not going to be an option because you're going to give up so much track position. So I feel like right at halfway is about the time, if I'm going to come down pit road, get 4 tires, that's about the latest that I would want to do it. So I feel like if you're going to come down and get 4 tires, I think now's the time, because I think late in the race, you're just not going to, you're going to lose so much track position doing it.
Yeah, I think Huffman really made the right call. Huffman and company really made the right call there. Especially if this thing stays green, they're just going to be able to roll through everybody, through the whole field here. Track position's real important, but tires, as always, will be king. Especially here, you know, as hot as it is, as abrasive as the track is. Like we said at the beginning, it's really, you know, the sooner you can get them on, the better. We'll see what happens, though, because now if there is a later caution, everybody else comes down, puts tires on. Might be a sitting duck.
Yeah, 100%. Green flag is out, though, as they got a nice little start there for Harlow, as he's going to be side by side with Coffee. Is he going to be able to get the run off the corner? What a great start by Stephen Harlow. Not quite going to be able to do it. He's going to try maybe to get the crossover, get a run, but he's going to fall back in place right behind Alex Coffey. Take a look here at the picture-in-picture as we watch new tires try to work themselves up through the field with Alex Huffman. You can see just a roadblock at the moment. Nowhere to go, but you can see he's able to roll the center. That's always seems to be the good thing about 4 tires. at short tracks, you can just roll the center so much better. But you need a lot of patience to deal with this. You got fresher tires, but you got to take your time. You don't want to put yourself in position where you get taken out trying to go 3 wide or something crazy. But so far, he has only been able to come up to about the 15th position after just a couple laps.
Oh yeah, and that's honestly for me that's always been the hardest thing about putting fresh tires on is kind of pacing yourself and having that patience coming back up through the field. You know you're faster. You know the car's got so much more in it. You know you're not even half of what the thing can do, and you're just stuck. And it can get so frustrating. It's so easy. You get real impatient, put your car in a hole where it really shouldn't be, and then you wind up in more trouble than anybody would really want to be in. So. But Huffman's doing a real good job here. He's a real smart driver, real heads up. Just taking his time, picking them off.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a danger of pushing your car too hard and basically just taking your own advantage away by, running the tires so hard that you overheat them, and you end up basically just balancing yourself out by the time you get to the front. So you want to hold on to that advantage, and I think you're right. Taking it easy, taking your time, picking your spots, and, as we get down to the end of this thing, especially if we stay green, I think you're right what you said earlier. Huffman is going to be in great shape as these tires get up to max temp here. Already up to the 13th position as he clears Matthew Jorgensen there. Battle for the lead still rages on. Harlow has just been hunting Alex Coffey all race. Did get to the inside, but Alex did a great crossover move and took the position back. So, man, I got to say, man, I've been really impressed with Stephen Harlow. Alex Coffey, this is what he's done all season long, but Harlow has really come ready to cook here tonight. Man, he is still right there on the back bumper. And then right back here, we got Eric Schaefer, who's up 13 spots where he started a little bit of pit strategy, finds himself up in the top 5. So we got some movers through the field. Craig Lautenslager, another one of those who's back in the 8th position.
Yeah, and Schaefer's one of those guys. He's going to be patient. He's going to just take his time. He may not always qualify the best, but he's always going to find his way to the front for sure.
Everybody kind of got single files and go back and watch as Alex Huffman continues to move forward. I think Adam Lancaster also has 4 tires right up in front of him in that number 17 machine. So a couple drivers, and I wonder if, I know Sam Green doesn't. I think Adam Lancaster back in the 10th spot. He is the first driver on 4 tires. So we'll see if those guys can really charge up through the field, especially now that the heat cycle's really gotten these this set. We got these older tires back up to temp. As Kyle Benson, he's able to get around Sam Green there for the 6th position, so he's getting back in the hunt after that contact with Jonathan Cofield earlier.
I will say, kind of interestingly, I'm looking at the lap times here between Lancaster, Huffman, Harlow, and Coffey, and they're actually all running pretty close. Although Coffey and Harlow just ran 2s, and Lancaster and Huffman are both sitting pretty comfortable in the 1s here. But for quite a few laps there after the green flag drop, they were all kind of sitting around that 19.1, 19.0 lap time. So kind of interesting the way they're racing here.
Yeah, right now Adam Lancaster in some traffic as he's trying to maybe make a move here as Alex Huffman takes over the 11th position. I mean, they're definitely able to make moves we haven't been able to see anybody make so far in this race. Be able to go up there and just take the position away quickly. That's something that we haven't seen so far. So, I mean, their ability to pass folks is, I mean, it seems to be pretty strong, especially right now. You're starting to see those new tires come alive, and they are really hunting them down. Now, still the fastest 2 on the track. Well, actually, Lancaster was that last lap. Just a little bit faster than Alex Coffey, and he's riding right behind Jesse Necula here.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was more pointing it out because I think that they, those cars clearly have so much more in them. I think that's just kind of a number, hard proof, so to speak, that they're doing what they need to do. They're taking care of those cars. They know that they've still got a long ways to go on these tires. They're doing exactly what needs to be done here.
Up front, Alex Coffey has started to pull a small gap on Stephen Harlow, about 3 to 4 tenths right now. So interesting. Harlow's been really hunting him down most of the race, but now this is the first time that Alex Coffey has had sort of a lead. So we'll wonder if Harlow's tires are starting to fall away a little bit, or maybe he's just backing up, giving us caution's out. Mikey Neal goes around. Mikey has just had a tough night here tonight. That folding chair might be getting to him, I think. You know, he's got a folding metal chair as we look at him right here on the camera. You see he's got he's sitting in a lawn chair, basically like a beach chair. Or maybe one that you get at like a church, you know, having a potluck. He's sitting in that metal chair right there, and just hasn't had a good night so far.
Looks like everybody's coming to pit road now.
Including interesting, Lancaster's come back down as well. Maybe putting those left side tires on. Huffman predictably stays out. Cofield, Jesse Nekula, Matt Jorgensen, Timmy Stubblefield.
My goodness. Looking at this wreck. And Josh Lokovitz just plows right into the back. Not sure if that was maybe some issue from earlier. I'm not real sure. He's racing on the outside of him. I can't really see who that is, but watch this going in the corner. Just catches the right rear.
Oh, yeah. Drove it in deep.
Mikey just gets clobbered there, so I'm not really sure if that was, you know, maybe from earlier or something. I don't know, but let's watch from the rear bumper cam of Mikey Neal here as they go in the corner.
Yeah, he closed up real quick, yeah. I don't know. I've seen that on purpose, and I've seen guys just kind of get that tunnel vision, like this is going to be my breaking point, and, you know, kind of almost, I don't want to say forget that there's going to be a car there, but kind of forget that there's going to be a car there. Either way, absolutely sent poor Mikey Neal for a ride there.
Yeah, and it's always hard when we go back and look at these replays to know, you know, we don't go back 2 or 3 laps to see what happened. So, you know, you never really get to see what happened beforehand. So it may have been something from earlier that Josh didn't appreciate or what. Who knows? But, yeah, definitely cooked it there, and that brought out this next caution. We've had 4 cautions so far. And this is going to be this right here is going to kind of set the race. I don't really know what to expect from here on out because Jesse Nekula out front, 49-lap-old tires. Everybody but Lancaster, who came in, stays out here. Alex Huffman, Jonathan Cofield, Matthew Jorgensen, and Timothy Stubblefield. Then you got Shane Wyatt in the 6th position. He is on he just came out of pit road, so he's got the freshest tires. So I'm not really sure what happened to Alex Coffey. Alex Coffey was on, they were about the same amount of time, so I'm not even sure what happened. We were watching that replay, but Alex Coffey is way back in the 13th position.
Yeah, I have to wonder if maybe a couple guys got caught out, maybe missed their pit boxes or something, because there's a lot of cars. Alex Coffey, Stephen Harlow, both of them dropped way back there. A lot of guys in front of them that weren't before, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we are getting down to the end of this thing, and Jesse Nekula now with the lead. But look at this pack back here. They're 3 wide back here with the 14. Alex Coffey, Stephen Harlow. They're trying to slice and dice this field. They were 3 wide for a moment with the 14. They've got a lot of work to do, and these laps are going to click off quick, especially if we have a lot of cautions. Go on board. Oh man, look at.
There's that skill bag again.
Yeah. It's really hard to see who's who when they make these big moves. Let's go on board with Harlow. And Alex Coffey right behind him. You know, if you're Alex Coffey, you got to be thinking, I'm just going to follow him, let him kind of punch the hole in this pack, and I'll just follow him. See Harlow about to lane up on entry, but he's right behind where Stephen Coffey is. But up front, Jesse Nekula on those 54-lap tires has pulled out to about a 4/10, almost half a second lead over Alex Huffman. Ross, tell me what's going on here.
I think it just comes down to that tire management, you know. Maybe Huffman drove it a little bit harder than he wanted to, but or maybe Nekula just did a better job taking care of the tires over caution. It's hard to say, but I do think that we're going to see that gap really close up. He might be driving harder than he wants to be, as we got another caution on the track here.
Oh, Matthew Jorgensen goes around, brings out caution number 5. What happened to Matthew here? Is he kind of trying to get the thing back rolling? Hard to get these cars turned around sometimes. Go back here on the replay and see what happened to Matthews to try to find exactly what happened. And here it looks like him and Stephen Harlow made some contact. Harlow down on the inside. No, it just looks like Jorgensen just gets a little bit loose off the corner.
Yeah, it might have been another one of those kind of met in the middle. Looks like Jorgensen might not have been ready for the 5 to be there. 5 might have been expecting a little bit more of a run out of the 51, but
gonna slow it down here and see. And you can see Jorgensen's already a little bit loose. Yeah, just
you can see the treads coming off it.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely spinning the tires, and that's going to slow him up. It's hard to see whenever it's slowed down like that. Whoever's running the cameras needs to tighten up. You can see off the corner, I mean, Jorgensen's losing it there, like you said. And so when he checks up, Harlow is just right there. Just not a whole lot of room to make any adjustments, and 51 goes around.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. One of those things, right?
Yep. So
been a lot of those tonight.
Yeah, in a weird turn of events, I mean, Jesse Nekula comes down pit road, gives up the lead, and he's going to come out in 18th place. Going to have the freshest tires, but he gives up the lead. I don't know. Maybe he needed fuel. I think they got enough fuel to make it all the way. I don't know. Dakota? I mean, what do you think, man? Why would he had a half a second lead? Why do you think he came down pit road here?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he was just of course, I don't know how you wouldn't feel comfortable, you know, having a lead like that, but it's going to be interesting to see if he can march his way back to the front too.
Yeah, and that does give control of this race to Alex Huffman here, and he's already shown he's real talented, real capable, and just as fast as anyone on the track tonight. I think Huffman's going to be the going to have the ace in the hole here tonight. At this point, definitely made all the right calls so far.
Yeah, I mean, with just 30 laps to go, I mean, you know, if it's caution field, he's in the best spot. And if we go green, he's also in the best spot. I mean, the new tires are back in 8th place. Alex Coffey and Stephen Harlow are 8th and 9th. You know, I don't really see a negative for Alex Huffman. And, you know, Shane Wyatt right there. I mean, he's been right there in the mix all night long. You know, can he get up there and make something happen? Can Jonathan Cofield, Kyle Benson? But I think you're right. I think Alex Huffman, I mean, there's really not a downside with 30 laps to go. You go green all the way, he's in the best spot. And if he, you know, if we have caution after caution, he gets to control the restarts. And that's massive at these short tracks.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's sitting about as pretty as anyone can possibly be with 30 to go at a track like North Wilkesboro. But we'll see here. They're going back green this time.
Pace car going to pull off. What does Shane Wyatt have? Shane Wyatt's on a little bit fresher tires, something to think about. Alex and Cofield on the same stint here. Man, look at Alex Coffey. 3 wide going out of the corner. Is this going to work? Stubblefield going back and forth. But this Harlow and Coffey split. Hubblefield is there side by side, or Stubblefield, excuse me. Back here, they know it is go time. They have to go, and they are really being aggressive here on the start. Craig Lautenschlager gets a little bit loose right in front of Alex Coffey, and Stephen Harlow's getting it wound up on the outside. Craig's going to actually stay low. That's perfect for Stephen Harlow and kind of puts a pick on that 11 machine. Oh, Craig's going to slide up in front of him right here. Oh.
Tell you what, I am on the edge of my seat watching this. I can't imagine being in a race car at this track right now. Holy cow, they are running hard as they possibly can. You wouldn't know it's 30 to go. You'd think it's 5.
Yeah, I mean, Harlow right now really putting a lot of stress. We got a battle for the lead, baby. As we look up here, Shane White was looking down to the inside, but here comes Kyle Benson. And, man, look at this battle for the lead.
Ooh, spinning, mid-pack.
Sam
that
Green.
Sam Green, Lancaster?
Yeah, Sam Green. He's like Matthew Jorgensen, just always finds the wrecks. And it looks like you were absolutely right. Lancaster and Sam Green make a little bit of contact here on entry. Adam showing he's going to go down to the inside. Just quite wasn't there for the position and gets a little help to go along with it. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't think he had that position quite yet. I think he was maybe shooting for the fences here.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he was driving it in hot. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
It looked like Sam was also it kind of looks like everybody was making a move on everybody, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it just kind of stocks and it compounds.
I may have jumped the gun a little bit on Adam being at fault here because Sam really overdrives the corner here as he's trying to get to the inside but also defend against Adam, and it just caused a big issue. Josh Lokevitz getting a shot there at the end. Sam Green on pit road again. Just a tough night for him. But, I mean, if you're Alex Huffman, you got to be feeling pretty good. Shane White was about to make a move on him, though, so those older tires going to make a difference. Just about 20 lap difference, so not a huge difference, but, I mean, it's obviously making some amount of difference because Alex probably had to drive up through the field a little bit harder on that last run that we had. So I think Shane and Kyle seemed a little bit aggressive there after that restart. So I think we got a potential for a lot of change up here at the front. Now Alex Coffey, Stephen Harlow are 7th and 8th, so they were able to make up a few spots there on that restart. They're going to have to do something similar here. But Ross, I mean, and Dakota, as you get closer to the front, it sure does get harder and harder to make those passes.
Yeah, it's definitely like a heavyweight title fight once you get up at the front. You know, these guys, they're up front for a reason. Really just the pay window starting to open here, so the gloves, they'll start coming off. And really want to give a shout out to Stubblefield there. He's with the varying pit strategies, he's worked his way into the top 10 and he stayed there for quite a number of laps. So it's a heck of a night for him. And I know Stub Nation's got quite the following in the chat here.
All right, guys, we're going to come down to 25 laps to go, and I want to know, YouTube, who's your pick? Who's going to win this race? Let's go ahead and make our predictions now. Who y'all got?
I don't know, man. I think that 2's sitting real pretty right now. He's got older tires, but if anybody knows how to handle them, it's Alex Huffman.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm gonna go with the 70 of Kyle Benson. You know, he's run a pretty smart race, and he's sitting in the catbird seat right now.
You took my driver, so I'm gonna go with Shane White then. I can't pick the same one you picked. And Alex Huffman's gonna get a great jump. Shane White actually a little kind of asleep there on that restart. Now he's gonna have to battle with Kyle on that outside. Let's see if that 27 Simrat Market car, he does. He gets a great run off the corner. So just under 20 laps to go here. And Shane White get up there and get the win in the Simrat Market 120. I know he'd love to win this thing, but look back here, 3 wide as Cofield, the 13 of Lautenschlager, side by side, and man, they're door banging. Coffee back and forth, trying to get up through these front 5 to get back up to the front. I just think they're going to run out of time. Up front, got a battle for the lead. Shane White gets down to the inside, not able to hold it, as Alex Huffman gets a massive run, but he's going to have the position in the middle of 1 and 2. He's got to make this pass. He's going to be in trouble if he does not make this pass. These guys are going to go around him. He's going to drive deep into the corner, and caution is out.
Oh no, it was Alex Coffey.
Alex Coffey.
Alex Coffey, Jesse Necula. Oh man, that's a lot of fast race cars sitting down there in turn 2 right now.
Well, man, I tell you what, CNC Esports just letting out a collective size. Man, he was really battling hard with Craig Lattenslager for that position. And let's go back and look at that real quick. Gonna see him door banging here. Just Alex was really leaning on the 13. The 13 really leaning on Alex. They kind of push each other up into the wall, and Alex gets turned. And oh man, the 99 pushes the 14 into the 11. Good grief.
I think that might be the helicopter of the night right there. Poor fella is going to have to really spend some time in the infield care center for that one. Go through the concussion protocols. Golly, that was a hit.
Jesse Necula gets into the back bumper of the 14 and just plows right into the 11. Look at that.
Golly. And again, it's just one of those, it's a short track. It's a real tight circuit. Just nowhere for anybody to go. Something like that happens in front of the field, unfortunately.
And this wreck brought to you by Aleve. Go back and see if we can see more of that right in front of this wreck. It's going to happen. Watch Christopher Bishop, just nowhere to go. He's getting runs over. My goodness, look at that.
Yeah, and you see Chris, you see Chris's car. He gets on those binders, but unfortunately, Necula just couldn't see anything, past the past Bishop's spoiler. Unfortunately, just as low as he's sitting, you can see the nose drops, and then it drops a lot.
Yeah, it did. Go on board with Alex Coffey here. Let's watch from maybe the inside of his car and see what this is like. No, scary. Glad this is virtual, because that could have been really scary.
No kidding, huh? He'd come out looking like who flew through the infield at Talladega? Drives for S.A. Stewart Haas. I don't know why I can't. Thank you, Ryan Preece. My brain was just not working there. Come out of that race car looking like Ryan Preece with two black eyes. Never got hit by nothing.
Yeah, lucky he got in a fight. All right, well, here we go. Getting ready to go green. We've got the 1 lap to go. Alex Huffman's got the lead. And Shane Wyatt, Kyle Benson, they want it. Man, I just don't know who's going to come away with this win. Shane Wyatt needs to get a better restart this time. He did not get going on the last one. Who is going to come away with the victory? Pace car is off. Shane gets a little bit better restart this time, but Alex is going to get the jump he needs. Can Shane get down behind the 2? No, he can't.
Stephen Harlow poking it 3 wide.
11 laps to go, and then they make contact. Caution back out. Oh, my goodness.
Golly.
58. Makes some contact, and I'm trying to get back rolling. Well.
I think we just had about 3 different wrecks at once, man. Ooh.
It's that time. It's what's going to happen here is, Harlow's going to take it 3 wide. Let's take a look at it. Going to get a run on Schaefer as Schaefer pushes up the track. I mean, Harlow's got to take it. He doesn't have an option. And then the hole just closes up. And actually, Harlow gets away with it. Oh, look at that.
Oh, man, that went about as well as it possibly could have for the 5 car. I mean,
yeah.
You can't ask for much more. He had to give both those spots back because of the caution flying, for the wreck behind him. But boy, howdy, was that a ride for Craig Lautenschlager, especially. Just poor innocent bystander, nothing going on, missed it all, and then got collected at the end of it.
I mean, you could see Harlow waving as the 13 spins around through the window net there, waving, saying, "See you later." Man, oh man, it's going to continue. I imagine this aggressiveness. I mean, Harlow, the door open. I mean, at this part of the race, if Schaefer goes wide like that and the the hole opens for Stephen Harlow. I mean, he's got to take it. You know, it's too late in the race. You got to make that move. I don't see any scenario where Stephen Harlow backs out there and doesn't stick his nose 3 wide. And unfortunately, those guys just closed down on him. You know, I mean, they've got a little bit older tires. Cofield has the toughest job to come up off the bottom when being 3 wide, trying to hold on to your spot. And it was just no win. But you're right, it was about worked out the best for Stephen Harlow, as he was able to get by without really much damage at all.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. At this point, I mean, we're within 10 laps to go. You got to get every bit of ground that they're willing to give you. So, you know, that hole opens up. I know I would have filled it, but you know, just one of those situations where you got to be ready for the consequences when you go for that move, and just happened to work out this time.
Well, we've got another lap or so before we go green. Alex Huffman's been getting some pretty good restarts. Shane Wyatt, I feel like, you know, Huffman is loving this because this is the easiest laps he's ever led because it's under caution. They just click off, and he doesn't have to do anything but just roll around and just stay behind the pace car. But when it goes green, I mean, he's got the advantage of the restart. He gets to control when he goes. And, you know, it just makes it so difficult for somebody like Shane White on the outside to really do anything with it. So I think Shane is going to have to judge that restart and try to get a better jump to really have a chance here, because if we don't go green, it's going to be tough for him to be able to get up there and maybe make a move. Let's see if Shane can get a better jump here. Green flag is out. 5 laps to go here in this race. Alex out to another great start. Shane going to drive it deep into the corner to get the run off of turn 2. Let's see if he can clear Kyle. Kyle is right there, though. They're going to battle side by side. Shane drives it deep into 3 and 4. He's a little bit out of the groove here. That opens the door for Kyle. Kyle gets a great run. Almost puts Shane Wyatt into the wall. They're side by side. And Alex Huffman is just loving this. He's lighting a cigar as these two battle side by side for second place.
Oh, yeah, and Eric Schaefer's just sitting there. Ooh, big dive from the 5. As I say, Schaefer's just sitting there watching this all happen, rubbing his palms together.
Look at this.
Woo-wee.
Harlow is not done yet.
Jockeying.
Alex Huffman's looking at his rear view. He's loving what he's seeing because he's letting him open his gap up. He's setting sail.
Look at this. It's going to be 3 wide off the corner. That hasn't worked yet. Harlow gets a little bit loose in the 19. Oh. Hard into the wall. Isaac Mock.
That's a big one.
Oh, man. If he had dentures, they flew out. My God. That was a massive hit by the 19. And you could feel it brewing. I mean, it was just going to happen. It looks like it was between him and Parker Bland as he comes off the corner. We'll go on board with Isaac Mock and watch that as they get to the start-finish line. Watch this.
Oh,
Big
golly. Just straight into it, and then every race car under the sun piles in behind him.
Parker trying to make some moves here, looking for somewhere to go. Isaac gives up and gives him a little bit of shove, and then right here, bam.
Golly. There were like hits there that would have sent somebody to the hospital for sure. Man, that was a hard lick for everybody involved. And he comes back and he kind of ping pongs between them too. Look at this. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Just, yeah.
Yeah, it was like almost like a little pin, like one of those pinball paddles. He was just pop, 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 just knocking them.
Yeah. Yep. I believe that's gonna lead us into overtime as well.
Yep. 1 of 3 attempts for Green White Checkers. We watched that wreck one more time, and man, it grabbed a lot of. Timothy Stubblefield was involved in that one again. Just a rough go this last half of the race.
Yeah, you gotta hate it for Stubblefield. You know, he had a very good run going. He was probably going to finish inside the top 10, but yeah, you'll have that on them nights.
I mean, it's a hornet's nest back here. It's just nobody's lifted. Nobody's going to give an inch. And that's just a recipe. I mean, it's like fireworks going off. It's a chain reaction. Stubblefield here. Watch this. Oh.
Ooh.
Big hit.
You know, him and Charles Stevens both, it seems like they have just had the worst luck they could possibly have had tonight. You know, just all the wrong places at all the wrong times, really.
Well,
Brutal stuff. Brutal stuff.
Well, 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered. I think we might end up using all of them. If you're Alex Huffman, you got to feel pretty good, but you can't waver. You can't get too comfortable. You know you've got to be on it on these restarts. You've got to get the power down. You've got to get gone. And if I got to say, I know, it's likely you get a penalty, but if I'm Shane Wyatt, I'm jumping this restart. I'm just telling you like it is. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to jump the restart. I'm going to put the power down. If I get a black flag, I'm so be it. But I'm going to jump and try to time this restart if I'm Shane Wyatt to get side by side and have a chance, because if not, you see how he's about half a car length back to every restart, and that's really putting him behind the 8 ball. So let's see what he can do here. Pace car pulls off first attempt at a green, white checker, and he does get a great jump there. Shane Wyatt's going to be side by side. Let's see if he can make the move happen off of 2. He's there. He's going to have the run. Is Alex Huffman going to be able to hold him off?
Yeah, I think you just got to get down on his
look
door
at
and try to
Harlow.
crowd him there.
Shane not going to be able to do it, but here comes
3
Harlow.
wide.
3 wide. They're still door banging. Still contact.
Anthony leaning on him. Schaefer
comes
capitalizing. They're wrecking in the back.
Mikey Neal
Now we're
goes
wrecking
around.
up. Oh!
Oh, man.
Oh,
Got one
Lord.
upside down.
Our
Alex
first-
Huffman going to win it.
Oh, I didn't even realize. I thought it was. You're right. Man, I'm
Yeah,
so
they
sorry,
took that.
Alex.
They took the white. Alex Huffman, Shane Wyatt, Eric Schaefer on the podium.
Wow, what a great finish. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll go back and watch the last couple laps of that as all that calamity was happening behind him. We'll watch what happened between the leaders, see if Shane was able to get there. And he was able to get a little bit of nose down, but just not able to get position as they go down to the corner. Wow, what a great race there. Alex Huffman gonna take home the win tonight. And that was a big wreck that happened. I mean, the 18, I believe, of Blaine Wilson, man, just went around. We'll check that out real quick, then we'll jump right into the interviews. I just want to show that real quick because that was just an insane wreck by the 18. I mean, he is 3 wide here with Cofield and Kyle Benson. Let's watch on board with the 18. Got a little bit extra there at the end. But Alex Huffman, your winner here tonight, as he's burning it down on the front stretch. Shane Wyatt comes home in second, and Eric Schaefer in that third position as Alex Huffman celebrating. Got a big old smile on his face as he's doing a little Polish victory lap, going around backwards as he takes home the win tonight. Man, what a great call. We talked about it, Ross, you did, about the call to come down when he did. You said you thought that was the right call, and hey, that turned out to be exactly right.
Oh, yeah, he put himself right where he needed to be. It's just one of those cautions are going to breed cautions, so get the tires when you can. And he played his cards perfect tonight. Hit the pit road at the right time. Hit the restarts at the right time. Just, it takes every last bit of your race being perfect to take home victory in this series. So, hats off to Alex Huffman. He absolutely did everything he needed to do perfect tonight.
Well, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a little break and get our sponsors some good commercial time since we got all the eyeballs, at the moment. So we'll take a short break, and then we'll come back for interviews in just a moment.
Let's meet the supply chain technology lineup. Coil machines, a powerful combination of access, control, and traceability. Sensor devices, take what you need, the device reports who, what, and how much. Multi-use lockers, vend bulk items, manage assets, and pick up orders. And electronic bins, avoid stockouts with 24/7 inventory monitoring. The key to the game, a local blue team to keep your supply chain moving full speed ahead. Fastenal, where industry meets innovation.
Well, all right, we are back, and man, I'm ready for some interviews. I want to know exactly how this race went, and I think Ross is caught up with Eric Schaefer here, your third place finisher.
Hey, Schaefer, it's Ross Harlow. You got me, buddy?
What's up, brother?
Oh, nothing much. Just got done calling one hell of a race. Looks like you were sitting about as in the hot seat as you could there. Can you talk us through that last 3 laps? It looks like you were everywhere and anywhere all at once there.
Oh yeah, man. They last like 2 laps. Steven and Kyle were sitting there throwing shots at each other, and I'm like, all right, let's see what they do here. And then they got together going into one. I was like, oh, freebies, I'll take it.
Hell yeah, man! It looked like a ride. It looked like a whole lot of fun. I was itching. I was sitting up here on the edge of my seat watching you guys throw haymakers. I mean, that just looked like it was a grand old time tonight. How'd the car feel? How was the tire fall off? I mean, obviously you came out with a great strategy tonight.
Yeah, the tire fall off wasn't too bad, man. It fix it up on a short track kind of kills the right front, but yeah, all in all, I took 2 there on the pit stop, man, to loosen it up a little bit, and it paid off. But no, car got a little tight and later in the run, but at the beginning towards the middle of the run, it stayed pretty free, pretty neutral. But no, it's pretty good, man. I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
I mean, you were looking good out there, buddy. We congratulations on that 3rd place. Look forward to seeing you next week. You got anybody to thank tonight?
Yeah, appreciate you guys putting on a good broadcast. Appreciate the guys in MPI letting me get in here and race with them. Appreciate Fastenal for sponsoring the series. Shout out to Niggas Paint Shop, Reefer Speed Labs, Paul Setup Shop, and everybody who puts this on. All the admins do a great job, man. I appreciate everybody.
Hell yeah, buddy. Well, congratulations again on that 3rd place, and good luck next week in the modifieds.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
There you have it, Eric Schaefer, your 3rd place finisher, and I think we've got Dakota Wilson is going to be called up with Shane White, your 2nd place finisher.
Shane White, this is Dakota, Eddie, and Ross in the booth. You got me, bud?
Gotcha.
Well, you come away with a strong 2nd place finish. I know you wanted to win in a race sponsored by your primary sponsor, but you can't hang your head on 2nd place. Kind of talk your way through your night there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it all started with the track position of the heat. Track position was essential tonight. Without it, you weren't getting anywhere. So, a really good run in the heat put us where we needed to be. Huffman is a fantastic driver. I wouldn't want to finish behind anybody else. So now that he's my teammate, I can actually say that. And yeah, he's super talented. But we had an eventful night. The first 3 quarters wasn't as eventful. The last quarter was what it was. We had a good run, and some people have hurt feelings tonight, but they can sleep on it. I'm gonna enjoy my my second place and celebrate with my teammate.
There you go. Come on. But anyways, I know you had a special paint scheme, and I know Karen Edwards. She was actually in the chat cheering you on, and I know it's got to feel good, putting it on a podium for her and her family, and essentially all breast cancer fighters and survivors.
Yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning of the top of the show, it was a really important scheme for us. We didn't get it the run it deserved last week, so we came back this week. We battled hard, and we came away with a podium. And it's going to help our points position. It sucks that we're switching cars because I felt like I just now got the hang of these cars, but I can't thank Simrat Market enough for the support that they've given me in almost a year now. So. If anybody wants some fire paint schemes from them, the winner tonight got a free one, so we'll be getting Huffman his tonight. But it's like I said, they're really good. So if anybody wants some schemes, check out simrapmarket.com, and you can use my promo code Shane27 for 10% off.
There you go, bud. Well, as always, I know I'm proud of you. Looking forward to you in the mods next week, and just an overall hell of a night for you, bud.
Thank you, man. Y'all have a good one.
Well, there you have it. Second place finisher, Shane Wyatt, but the man of the night is going to be Alex Huffman. And, he is your Xfinity champion, and here tonight gets the win at the last race of the late model stocks. Alex, man, what a great race by you. Able to take home the win. You were out there celebrating. What's this win mean to you, man? It was a really strong performance out of you.
It means quite a bit. Hickory, I didn't have a good finish, and Five Flags, I was fourth, and it was Shane and me and Coffee and Harlow all up front, and then I pitted really early, thinking that was going to be the move, but tires equalized really quick, I noticed, and so I was just kind of riding back there around 12th, 13th. Then we had a caution. They all pitted. I got track position, and it was just trying to not burn myself up holding off Shane when he got there because he had 2 new tires, wait for his stuff to equalize, and just run as hard as I could, especially those last few laps, because I was wanting that white flag, and then I guess just stay record for 20th or something. I don't know. And short track stuff.
Well, on that last restart, Shane got a really great jump on you and was side by side. Well, how nervous were you when he drove down on your door down into turn 1? Were you surprised at all, or did you feel pretty confident there on the bottom?
No, I'm confident with me and Shane are side by side. We can run door to door and not wreck each other for whatever position. We could run dead last and have the junkiest cars dog tracking, and we could be dooring each other and not wreck. And I always know he's going to run me clean. We did Xfinity last season, so you know all about that. And we had to put on a show there the last few laps as teammates.
Well, and put on a show you absolutely did. You got that track position and never really looked back. Just an incredible race out of you. Talk a little bit about the racing in the pack when you took those tires. Did you feel like you made the right? You got, obviously hindsight's 20/20. Did you feel like the call when you made it, when you went back into the middle of the field and was trying to work your way through the field? Did you feel like, oh no, maybe I made the wrong call, or did you feel pretty confident about it?
Oh, I felt pretty sketched out when I realized I was like one of the only 4 that pitted. I thought I was gonna get like Hickory where I took tires. I was like, give up track position, get tires, drive back through the field, and didn't get a chance. And luckily there wasn't a wreck in front of me as soon as we fired off, and I was able to pick off a few spots and stayed clean, and then everybody else pitted. So kind of lucked out. I was nervous because I don't like running how some of them were just sailing it off in the corner for 15th. I'm just gonna ride, try to avoid, keep my car in one piece. And hey, my car was going to look great for at least y'all's little still shot here, but Shane had a monster truck over me. So there goes Jesse. Blame Shane. You're taking out his paycheck, not mine.
Well, you came away with the victory tonight, so congratulations. Just a great win by you. You're Xfinity Series champion right here, winning in the late model stock. So congratulations as always, man. Who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Of course, got a shout out to the whole SheriffSafeRacing.com team. Shane for running me hard and clean all those last 40 or so laps when he got to my bumper. Y'all for putting on the broadcast at V-Speed. Deb at Old School Diecast. Kinder Performance. They just won Millbridge last Saturday night. Awesome for them. Heck, and MR Squared Roofing as well.
All right, well, there you have it. Your winner, Alex Huffman, takes home the victory tonight with some really great strategy that got him up front. And, man, just a fantastic race all around. Guys, I mean, final thoughts in this race. I mean, we kind of laid it all out there. I mean, just incredible, a lot of fun, a lot of action. It's strategy that kind of played out in some people's favor and some others not so much. I mean, what are y'all's thoughts as we get ready to close this thing out here?
Man, I'll tell you what, anybody who wasn't sold on this league before tonight had better be now. This whole race this evening should really put it into perspective. Yeah, there's a lot of talent here, a lot of really fast guys. And, there's a lot of action. I mean, we were seeing three wide racing in North Wilkesboro, and guys were making it stick, That's not something you see very often. So, who knows? Maybe a hot track is a good track for these guys. But that was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what the rest of the series looks like.
Yeah, definitely just a hell of a race to end the late model stock car portion of this winter series. It's a really good way to throw into the mods for the next 3 weeks, and I'm excited to see what they can do in the modified.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to change cars. Like Shane White said, he was just getting used to the car, and now we're changing it. I love that. I think that's awesome. Want to shout out our sponsors and give them the time that they deserve. And so I want to shout out MPI. MPI Innovations become a renowned leader in steering wheel and safety innovation for elite motorsports teams today. MPI produces top-tier products for champions in every discipline of racing and imaginable, including sim racing. You can outfit your sim rig experience with an MPI sim chassis, foldable wheel stand, Logitech steering wheel adapter, and 6 different sim steering wheels. MPI continues to channel its expertise into creating cutting-edge steering wheels and products for the entire racing world. Check out MPI at Max Pappas Inc. and on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Also want to thank our series sponsor, Fastenal, for being the title sponsor for the Winter Series. And, what's your inventory doing? That's what the one thing they want you to know and figure out what's going on with your inventory. If you're having trouble knowing what you got, where is it at, where you can find it, you need supply chain visibility. Fastenal can help. Their FMI technology lets you monitor inventory, track assets, and control consumables. How do they do it? Fastenal, has vending machines, lockers, bins that sense your inventory levels and how product is being used in your business. Each of those inventory solutions sends its data to the cloud, where Fastenal's team can ensure you avoid stockouts while not carrying excess inventory. If you're in the dark on what's happening in your supply chain, let Fastenal shine a light on the parts and supplies to keep your business running. Go to fastenal.com to see how they do it. And then also, your title sponsor for tonight's race, SimWrap Market, simwrapmarket.com. When it comes to creating jaw-dropping graphics for your virtual racing machines, look no further than SimWrap Market. Our team of talented designers has come together to provide you with an impressive arsenal of sim racing design resources that will take your virtual racing experience to a whole new level. From pit lane to winner circle, SimWrap Market has you covered with pre-made designs, number sets, patterns, overlays, smart templates that will instantly elevate your racing experience. So whether you're a seasoned painter, just getting started, SimWrap Market has everything you need to make your mark on the virtual racetrack. Don't wait. Check out the full spectrum of options over at simwrapmarket.com. SimWrap Market, iRacing paints made easy. And want to thank them for sponsoring this race and all the final races of each round, I believe. And also, Martin Sports for their sponsors as well. I think they're going to be sponsoring some races, but definitely want to tell them thank you as well. Well, guys, we are down to the end of it. Let's take a look at the schedule. We're done with round number 1. We move into round number 2 next in a couple weeks. Next week, we're off. A little break. Come back on the 24th for Lanier in the Tour Mods. That should be a fun time. We got a push bar. We're going to be pushing folks around the track. Thompson, New Hampshire, what a great Tour Mod round. I mean, it's just the quintessential. Then we go into the ARCA series at Dover, Milwaukee Mile, and Phoenix. Round 4 in the trucks, and then your championship round will be at Old Atlanta in the Xfinity car like the Lord intended. So, going to be a great schedule, a lot of fun, and so far it's knocked it out of the park. Chris Progar, what a great job putting this together. getting all this stuff and all the sheep herded into the right places that we need to be, and just done a great job putting this thing forward. I want to thank Jesse and Logan for their help as well, and just been a lot of fun so far. I want to thank Dakota Wilson, Ross Harlow for being in the booth with me tonight. Just an incredible call for a race that just really didn't need our help, on be honest. Did plenty good without us, but they definitely were the cherry on top. All right, guys, thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all in a couple weeks, and want to thank y'all for watching again. And don't forget to subscribe to V-Speed Racing Network. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and click subscribe. We're so close to 500 subs. I don't know why I care that much. Doesn't really mean much, but it's just a cool goal that we're trying to hit. We got 2 channels that we're trying to get over 500 subscriptions. So if you can, hit the sub button. If not, hey, keep coming back, enjoying some good racing. All right, guys, we will see y'all in a couple weeks here in the Fastenal Winter Series. Y'all have a good night.